Hello and welcome back to The Beauty Matters with me, Lin Hussin on ALB UK TV. Today we are talking fashion, and that's why we're joining by London Fashion Week designer Vaishali. Hello.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being with us today.
It's absolute pleasure. At last we made it.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm wearing one of her amazing designs.
Thank you for that too. That's stunning.
Thank you so much. I love the colors. That was in London Fashion Week collection.
Yep, it was in London Fashion Week 2020 last year in September. And my inspiration was dragonflies. It was to do with, believe it or not, with the empowerment of women, really. When I see dragonflies, I can relate to dragonflies and women at the same time.
Okay, so that's where you get the inspiration
Yes,
from.
it's like us women, we're always multitasking, we're always buzzing. You are a mum, you are a full-time, you have a full-time job, you look after the house, you look after the husband, you make sure your parents are okay. There's so many multitasking things that we do all the time. And so it's a dragonfly. Dragonfly is always buzzing. It's always hopping from one thing to another, to another, to another. It never stops.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and that was my reason of going for dragonflies and being colourful, because life is colourful. And they are colourful. You don't realize how colourful, how much colour the dragonflies have until you actually sit down and you just sort of look at them and go, oh my gosh, there's so much colour going on.
Yeah.
From distance, they just look black. And they disappear, just like us women, we just disappear in our everyday chores, but we have a relevance, and so do they. So that's how I wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
Rather than just picking up some bird, it had to have a reason, a message.
Yeah.
And hence I picked this.
Do you think you chose black for that, like to give it more statement, or was it for...
Black, there are a few reasons I picked up black. Just like I said, from dragonfly from a distance only looks black. But when it sits down, same went with my garments, that when you look at the garments from a distance it probably looks black, but when you get close to it, there is so much going on with my garments. Just the way I'm wearing the dress, it looks all black, but there is so much color going on in it.
It's amazing design.
Thank you. So my whole reason of picking black was also the same. And a classic black dress can never go wrong.
Yeah, you can wear it on any occasion.
Exactly. Any season, any occasion. It sounds funny, but from funeral to a wedding, you can wear black anytime, really.
That's true.
So you can't go wrong with a black dress.
I will call you V.
Please do. Please do call me V. It's absolutely fine. I have a very complicated name.
I've met you in London Fashion Week.
Yeah.
I've been covering your show in London Fashion Week. It was amazing. How you get into fashion?
How I got into fashion? Cutting the long story into as short as possible. My mum's a designer. She's been a designer for 30 years. I come from a family of highly intellectual women, very strong women, doctors and lawyers. That's what I'm surrounded by. All my aunts, my cousins are that. But my mum started a very small business, and she expanded in such a way that the entire family got involved, including my chartered accountant father, who left his full-time job and joined mum.
So it became a family business.
It became a family business, and I grew in it. I was 8 when mum opened her doors to the world of fashion, and I was intrigued by it. And being the eldest child, I was always fully involved in it. As I grew into a teenager, I never went out to shop for garments mum designed, and both of our sisters wore what mum designed and what was made at home. So it was always part of that haute couture as well. Never wore ready-mades. I didn't know what that was. And as much as my dad wanted me to go into doing a degree that was feasible, that would get you a permanent job, that would definitely get you a monthly income, because fashion is such, you are a small fish in the pond unless you spend millions and millions and millions of pounds. So was their theory. And I was like, Mum started it, I want to do it too. So I did what was expected of me.
From
I made my parents happy. I did my qualifications.
What qualifications?
I did business administration, which, trust me, doesn't come handy anywhere into this industry at all. But then I kind of wanted to do my own thing, and I had a job related to marketing actually. Got to UK, studied in Guildford College, and that just opened my eyes that yes, this is exactly what I want to do. I don't want to go back into a job. I don't want to do 9 to 5 sitting on a desk.
But you would be able to if you wanted to. I think
of
that's
course
the
I would be
reason
able
why
to. Yes, it's a backup. You know,
parents,
Asian parents think very differently. For them, having that backup is very important. It gives them some sort of, how do you put it? It's some sort of relief, some sort of satisfaction that you would never go jobless, you would never go homeless. You have got that security around you. That's Asian parents for you, I think.
But how do you think? I find it's just like personal point of view. I find it right.
Yes, absolutely. But today things are changing. Today it's not what it was 20 years ago. Today kids are much more stronger, and parents are also becoming more open towards things. And when I'm talking doing a fashion degree for me to go and do it was 400 miles from home. And again, sending your daughter away and living in a hostel and studying, it was not easy for parents to let their kids go off. But today world is becoming more and more smaller. You know, and
life is changing.
Structure is changing. And nowadays, the small hometown that I come from, shouldn't call it a small hometown. It's called the Manchester of India. It's an industrial town. Every small little kid you talk to wants to become an entrepreneur. Doesn't want to go into a job. They just want to become an entrepreneur, and that's the mindset.
Mentality.
That's the mentality. It's a textile and steel industry where I come from, the town I come from. So whereas previously 20 years ago you had to go 400 kilometers away or 400 miles away to Delhi to study, now those institutions have opened in my hometown. So kids don't have to go anywhere. Parents don't have to worry about it. You know,
give more options.
There are too many options available now. Back in the days, fashion, journalism, all these things were, or if you wanted to be an artist, it didn't bring you security. Whereas today, a graphic designer has a security, an artist has a security. There are jobs available out there for them, which wasn't the case 20 years ago. So yeah, coming from that background, it kind of, but also having a strong mother and having such strong women around me also helped. I could go and do my own thing, and I said, yeah, I'll do it myself.
And you try to spread it in the community as well.
Oh yes,
it's amazing.
Yes, I do. I don't do a lot in an Indian community, but I kind of make sure that my work creates that mark where people say, oh, she's an Indian girl doing so well, you know, and people should feel proud, not just my family but friends as well. And people I meet and they go, oh, very proud of you, read your article in the newspaper, you're doing so well. And I started my own business on my own. I didn't take any financial help or support from family. I just did it myself, and there has been ups and downs, but making your own mark is very important. Having that faith in yourself is very important. It's not just about creativity.
So everything is doable if you put
absolutely
the right,
and if
effort.
your heart is at the right place. And in fashion industry, of course it is all about designing, it is all about fabric, but it's also about customer service.
But it's competitive as well.
It's very competitive. That's why it's about customer service. That's why you need to make your client feel $1 million. You know, the client I deal with mostly, mother of the bride, mother of the groom, is my niche market. And they already have so many issues. You know, some of them have to compete with the girlfriend of the ex-husband at the wedding, or the new wife of the ex-husband, or mother of the bride, or the mother of the groom. So there is so much competition when they're going to their own daughters' or sons' weddings. And they've already got so many psychological issues. So it's not just about making their dress, it's about making them feel $1 million in that dress, making them feel confident that yes, it's not that dress belongs to them, it's that they belong to the dress and to the party. It's their party as well. their party as much as their daughters or their sons.
Yeah.
Because also they're paying for it. The wedding and the dress.
Good point.
But yeah, women already are very complex. We already have so many complex issues.
But fashion and modeling industries are evolving as well.
Absolutely, they are.
So I've been to London Fashion Week in few days ago,
Sure.
and I watched a model with her baby on
Wonderful,
stage.
wonderful.
What do you think to
See,
it?
there are two sides to it. There is a commercial side to it, that designers who are designing dresses for women are also designing kids wear. That's the commercial side. So yeah, it's good that they're marketing it that way. A mother and daughter wearing the same dress, or mother and daughter walking together, why not? Daughter or a son, why not?
I think what made me a bit like, he's a baby.
But again, also having a baby and dressing up a baby is also making a fashion statement for a lot of mums. Right, and carrying a baby around. The mother says, why should I leave my baby with the babysitter whilst I'm going modeling? Why can't I carry my baby with me? You know, but the world has to accept the fact that she is a working mother.
Yeah, so is it more for making statement for the model, I think?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, like I said, there's a commercial side to it.
Yeah.
But then there is an emotional side to it where she's a mum. She's a working mum. You know, in Sweden there is a company, my husband was telling me the other day, where mums are allowed to bring their kids to work, and they're working as well as looking after their child at the same time, because he or she is a 4 weeks or a 5 weeks old baby, can't be left alone at home, and until they're 4, but that's when the nursery starts, they're allowed to bring babies to work.
Yeah.
And the mothers also feel more comfortable, and then they are more committed to work, then they're giving better results as well, because the company is saying, we haven't only just accepted you, we've accepted you as a mother too, and it's fine to bring the child. And they're giving better results, and by the end of the day, that's what a company is looking for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Better results.
Yeah, it's also a kind of a message from the model.
Definitely.
That I am
a mom.
I don't need to be.
I don't have to be a size 0. I don't have to hide my lumps and bumps, my curves. I'm a curvaceous mother, and why not?
But if you're looking back like to 10 years, if you look to like photos and try to compare, things
changing, absolutely. See, what didn't the fashion industry face? We faced racism, we faced color issues, we faced, gender issues. Male models were paid more than female models at times, whereas there is the fashion industry is much more bigger for women than it is for men, but there was a time. So fashion has always been a very important aspect of making a statement and changing the world. Fashion is not just about wearing pretty clothes. When we make a statement, it could be, a lot of designers have made political statements. Look at Vivienne Westwood, she's made so many statements. She has changed the fashion industry in so many ways. And today she talks about sustainability, but there was a time when she's stood up for women for, right to vote also. There's so many aspects that fashion brings that we don't realize.
For example, one of the very interesting things is the pollution issue and how the designers
that's why we're bringing sustainability into it. As I was telling you earlier, there is a small little workshop in Woking, a small town in Surrey. This lady runs a workshop where women in depression or domestic violence or could be anything, they come and spend their time doing all sorts of different things. Somebody could be good at painting, somebody's good at art, somebody's good at embroidery, and there are these few women who are who do amazing stitching and stuff. So they have been offered some outfits, some clothing from boutiques where they were in the showcase in the window, they've faded, and these ladies have been given these beautiful silk dresses, jackets, all sorts, and I'll be helping them to turn them into something, a quirky jacket or a quirky dress.
That's amazing project.
By adding different, it's going to be a fun project. It's going to be an absolute fun project. And they're doing a little fashion show in May, and I'm going to be fully involved with them. And that's my way of giving something to community as well, helping women and feeling that all this knowledge that I have, of course, commercially, it's very, very useful for me. It's fun. It's amazing what I do. I wouldn't know anything else, what else to do in life. But at the same time, I'm bringing to a good use for other women, for other people.
Yeah.
And having that satisfaction inside is very important, I think, to me.
Yeah.
To me. I think
Definitely. Giving back.
giving back. And also, small little challenges make you think even broader, you know. I don't know what my next collection is going to be this
But
year.
you are involved in London Fashion Week
again,
again
yes.
in September.
Yes, I'm bringing 21 in this year. But I might bring sustainability, I might bring environment, I might bring something, you know, into it.
Something linked to you.
Something linked to today's situations. It could be pollution, it could be environment, it could be or put all of those together. I might do something completely random. I would just see and adapt whatever comes my way.
Yeah.
And I promise you I'll give you something more quirkier than what I gave last year.
I can't wait for it.
You're welcome to come and model for me. I'd love you to model for me.
You might see me, guys, in the catwalk.
Well, we are doing another fashion show, hopefully, just after London Fashion Week, and that is going to be for cancer research. We'll be raising money for cancer.
Tell me more about it.
This is going to be a small, if all goes well, at the moment there's only talks going on, but if all goes well, it is going to be a breast cancer charity. And we want to do a nice fashion show.
Yeah.
And I want to showcase my London Fashion Week collection to the local community, which I tried to do last year as well. But it was such a short time. So this year I'm trying to be more organized. But this is going to be just raising money for cancer charity and helping people. And it should be around about 2 to 3 rounds. Because I also design casual clothing, apart from haute couture, so I'll probably do a collection of that as well for it.
That's very interesting, and it's for a good reason. And I'm sure you will get all the support you need from the community.
Yeah. I've been writing to all sorts of people. So it's just a question of bringing everybody together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at times that's not easy. Getting the date right where everybody can make it, for starters.
Yeah. Enough notice.
Yeah, and my clients are such, and I am very blessed with such amazing clients who are very, very supportive. And they have always encouraged me to go a step further. You know, of course my friends and family has, but if you don't have the right clients, you're not in the right business. My clients have always pushed me and said, you can achieve this. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Why don't you try making jackets and coats? Why just stick to dresses?
So they inspire you in a way as well?
All the time. My true inspiration is my clients, really.
Yeah.
Because they are so diverse as well. One wants a very classic mother of the bride or groom. Another one wants a very quirky one. Yeah. But then another one is going off to a cruise who wants a full-on ball gown. And they challenge me at times as well. Definitely. And the fun part is when I'm not a size 8, neither of us are size 8s, but everybody wants to look size 8 in a beautiful dress.
Yeah.
So making them feel that is also it's hard, but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely fun.
Now talking about fashion is more linked to trends. I don't know if that's right, but you can also see people who's not wearing what's comfortable, what they're comfortable with, just because it's a trend is like that.
Absolutely. There are quite a lot of people out there who don't realize what works for their figure. A lot of times I say, yes, this is in trend, but it's important that we look at the mirror before we leave the house. But on the other hand, I do bring it down to confidence as well. Some of them, we don't know their background stories or what is going on in their head. Some of them kind of think, oh, this is in trend, this is quirky, my office girls would love it or would feel jealous if I wore this because it's in trend and I can look trendy and quirky.
Yeah.
Little do they realize that this is not working for them.
Yeah.
But still they try it, and I sometimes think it's very courageous, as much as it's like, please have a look in the mirror, it's not working.
Yeah.
But it gives them a confidence boost. And on the contrary, when you're in certain type of jobs, stick to classics, and stick to classics with quirky jewelry or you know, quirky accessories, and accessorize it that way. But I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
But fashion, it's something that's changing quite a lot as well.
Every day.
So if it's okay to like not follow it in a day-to-day
It is
thing,
absolutely okay not to follow it.
Yeah.
Stick to sometimes I have said to some of my clients who are in the corporate world particularly, that if this dress works for you, get it made in different fabrics, get it made in different, you know, keep the same style, but we can make different changes to it.
Yeah.
You know this cut works for you, stick to that cut, but add a jacket on top of it, add a cardigan, dress it up, dress it down. You don't have to follow. Like somebody like me, I am short on torso, long on legs. I'm a busty girl. If I wear a jumpsuit, I look like literally a gift wrap, a Christmas gift wrap. And I don't wear it. Why? Because I know it's not going to do anything for me.
Yeah.
Yes, jumpsuits are very much in fashion, but that doesn't mean that I have to wear it.
Yeah, but maybe not everyone knows how to choose the right things. Is it not down to like a stylist, or is it more for the designer?
It is very much up to the designer. Very, very much up to the designer what they create. And today, as you said very rightly, so today the fashion is changing so quick. Every day there is something new coming up. Every day there's something new in the magazines.
Yeah.
And
social media.
And social media again plays in its favor and against as well at times. Social media is not, at times it's not the best to help. And the stylists are doing their job, the designers are doing their job, and the high street is doing their job. Sometimes if it is okay to take a friend along, or it is okay to take your partner along when you're going shopping, or understand. And I know talking to a stylist is not cheap, it's expensive, but just get a small consultation and just try to understand your figure. There are websites out there as well now,
like tips and hints, and
it tells you what shape you are. You're a pear shape, you're an apple shape, what shape you're Victorian shape, you're Elizabethan, whatever shape you are, try to dress accordingly. And that would help. And especially if you have got a belly or if you have got big hips, try not to wear things that cling to your body. Try not to wear stretchy fabrics. Wear floaty fabrics. Georgettes and crepes, and they're floaty fabrics. They flow on the body, and they don't enhance those parts of the body which makes us more conscious. You know, if you are either you are chesty or you are small on the chest, you can have a bit of bareness around the neck area, and that takes away the attention from the chest or from the stomach area. If you've got good legs, show off your legs. There's nothing wrong with showing off your legs. You know, you're wearing a pencil skirt, but you know that you have got a belly. Just wear a little looser Georgette top and a smart jacket on top. So there are ways of going around it.
Yeah, carry on, I'm enjoying it.
Accessorizing is very, very important. So you can just wear a plain black t-shirt, but have a chunky necklace or have big earrings and make a statement that way, and that helps a lot. Rather than just going with what's in trend. That doesn't help our figures at times. Just try to understand what is it that you want to emphasize, and what is it that you want to take the attention away from. And then
colors as well help.
Colors help. Colors definitely help. Again, brighter colors, darker colors, definitely. I know the trends at the moment again are going for nude colors a lot, pastels a lot. if you are a kind of a person who prefers pastels, because again it comes down to confidence level in many ways, or personalities. Some personalities like nude colors. Wear a nude color, there's nothing wrong with that, but add a color, maybe buy bright shoes, or maybe buy a bright handbag, or just, you know, statement earrings to go with it. Some sort of brightness that sort of complements your eyes and complements your hair. Fashion is not just about a piece of clothing. Fashion is from top to bottom. How you can accessorize it. A plain t-shirt can look quirky and fun and office wearable as long as you have created a style around it.
Yeah.
So just keeping few basic classics in mind can help people a lot. And there are so many bloggers out there nowadays, so many bloggers who talk about the styles
and colors.
Yes, it's I love Vogue, you know, the kind of lookbooks Vogue creates and Elle magazine creates. There are not many out there. Almost every magazine has started to create these lookbooks nowadays, but what Vogue creates or Elle creates is still, they will still bring a bit of classic in it, which is very, very important.
Yeah.
We all love Chanel or Elsa Schiaparelli, you know, we all love these designers, or even Valentino, but don't forget one thing which is all of them have got in common about them is classic.
Yeah.
Stick to classics, you can never go wrong. Accessorize them with your modern stuff. Do not forget your shape of your body, and more you work with your body, more confident you get, because people start complimenting you, you know, next turn and go, wow, she looks amazing. You're just wearing a plain black classic dress, but because you've accessorized it with a chunky necklace, or because you've got the right lipstick on,
maybe,
it's made all the difference.
Yeah.
And keeping these little tips in mind really help, I think.
But they give confidence.
They do give confidence. It is all about confidence. It is all, because we are our worst critics. We look ourselves in the mirror and all we do is criticize ourselves. Oh, I have a
but
double
is
chin.
that not normal?
It is and it isn't. What about standing in front of the mirror and just complimenting yourself? Oh yeah, okay, I have a double chin and I know that. But look at my, you know, look at my cleavage, look at my neckline. Oh, this part is so beautiful. Or look at my hands and my feet. You know, rather than looking at the negative, look at the positive and then dress yourself up.
Yeah.
Waking up that positive. It's like the day I'm feeling low, I make sure I dress up smart.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I had a few guests, really interesting, been talking, giving advices and telling people that look to the mirror and give yourself like this positive or vibes or this compliment. And some of the comments that came to me, yeah, but we can't do it. Like sometimes it feels like we can't do it.
Of course we can't do it. Of course, because like I said, we are our worst critics. We are the first people to criticize ourselves, and it is saying something positive about yourself is the hardest thing to do. It really is the hardest thing to do. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It really isn't. I have put on approximately 2 stones in past 3 years. I've got nothing positive to say about myself. But still, I kind of go, you know what, I wear quirky glasses. It's something very small.
So it's more from inside,
it has something small makes a difference. Something really small. Even the way you hold. Somebody said to me, she's one of my clients, and she's a psychologist, but very interesting lady, and I love talking to her because she comes up with the most random things you wouldn't think about. And she said, you know, us women are so elegant. And I said, but not everybody thinks that. She said, it depends on us. Sometimes the way we pick up a mug of coffee, it's so sexy. And, you know, before that, I had never thought about how we lift up a mug of coffee.
So how you hold yourself, how you
and
move.
That's exactly, yes. And it was something so small, but then I thought, you know what, we all do it. Unknowingly, when we are in a group of friends, how we hold our glass of cocktail, it makes a difference. If you're sitting at home, the way you hold your glass, and when you are in a company of friends in a nice posh bar, the way you hold your glass, it's completely different.
That's interesting.
Exactly, isn't it? And I just thought, you know what, I never thought about it that way. But it is so true that small little things that we don't think about, they do make a difference in lives. Yeah.
Do you know, fashion again is like wearing something that's trendy, but you said also add a classic touch to it, so you wouldn't go wrong. What do you mean by adding something classic to it? So
say you were going to the office, you are wearing plain, simple pencil skirts, and that's a classic in itself. But you've got a really sexy off-the-shoulder blouse, and you know off-the-shoulder in office won't work, you know, but it's making you feel sexy, and you can't think of any other top. You pick up one of your jackets and you put on top this sexy outfit that you're going to be taking off your jacket in the evening because you're going to a bar. Your top is going to look so sexy, so trendy, so with today's fashion. But that classic jacket on top has completely changed the ensemble and made it office wear and made it corporate wear and made it classic, where nobody's going to turn around and say, oh, she's looking too quirky or too out there, right? And she's giving wrong messages because you're going to the office. As soon as the jacket comes off in the evening, that jacket was the classic that you're still looking smart, you're looking sophisticated. And on that, top of that, you've picked up your mom's pearl necklace, and you put that on top. And yeah, that's mom's necklace. But in the evening, I'm going to take mom's necklace off.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm going to put my big earrings on because I'm going out in the evening and I don't have time to come home to change. So you've mixed both 2-3 things at the same time in one outfit.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean with classic.
So you'd be able from one outfit to change it from like morning,
exactly.
business, evening, to whatever.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like I'm wearing this dress. I can wear tights and boots with it. And it'll be a casual dress because I'm wearing high stilettos with it, high heels with it. I've got my big earrings
so
on.
You don't need to have a complete different outfit. You can go with whatever you have.
Absolutely. And that's where sustainability comes in. Buy less. But
honestly,
get more out of
women, you can't tell them buy
less. Of course you can't. But something that goes on forever. My wardrobe, I look at clothes and I go, I only wear 20% out of my wardrobe.
I think that's everyone.
Right? 80% we don't wear. But that 80%, one garment out of that will come useful probably after 2 years when you need to go somewhere and you haven't had time to shop, and you kind of go, oh yeah, this top is going to do the job. I was thinking, I don't have anything to wear, but this top is going to do the job. And that top you've had 5 years. You haven't chucked it away.
Yeah, that's something I've noticed. People, for example, get rid of what they have because fashion is changing.
Yeah.
But if you look back, like buffy sleeves, for example, been trendy.
Yeah.
And then like few years, people stopped wearing them. Now they are trendy, so people start to buy them again.
I'm 80s kid, right? In 88, 89. Puffed up sleeves were so in fashion. Massive padded shoulders and puffed up sleeves were like the thing to have. And tulle sleeves on t-shirt fabrics, the beautiful tulle sleeves or lace sleeves. Trendy. And now they're back in fashion. And my mum was saying the other day, oh, you had such beautiful tops for this. I should have kept them for you guys. I said, Ma, they wouldn't have fitted us, but it's a good thought.
It is, because I can see how things are dying, and then after a few years they're just coming the exact same again.
Absolutely. It's like harems or denims. They have never gone out of fashion. But what has happened with these 80s denims, which are high-waisted denims, and I please beg people that if you haven't got the figure for high-waisted denims, do not wear them with crop tops, because it doesn't do anything for the figure. What it does is it makes us look really round and big around here with the crop top. You want to wear it because it's in fashion, just wear it with a longer top, because it's not doing you any, especially if we carry weight around the belly and the hips area, which I do. So, and I sometimes look at the people and go, why? But I wore them in 87, 88. As a kid, that's what we had. And they're back in fashion. That is as if they never left. 30 years on.
Jeans, even to the level of...
But then look at, again, going back to classic, which I was talking about earlier, look at Chanel jacket, fringed Chanel jacket. When did it ever go out of fashion? It never went out of fashion. You're wearing a classic Chanel. You're wearing a classic Chanel.
Now we're talking Chanel, or like we're mentioning names. Not everyone is able to get.
Absolutely
maybe,
not.
Yeah. So
Absolutely not.
something similar, maybe the same style, but I'm also like I don't want to give the wrong message by people like go for just names, or if you can't afford it, find something
those are the classic cuts I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That cut, Zara does it for £40, H&M does it for £25. But if you want a little bit better, then you can go to somewhere like LK Bennett, or you can go somewhere like Hobbs. Hobbs does that too. You know, Jigsaw does it too. There are certain pieces, depending on your pocket, almost everybody does it. Almost every. I am not a person who goes for the labels which does mass production.
Yeah,
Zara does it.
That's what my
Coast does it. Primark does it. H&M does it. Everybody mass produces, and you can't stop them because these are not designers. They are companies selling fashions. They're not fashion. They're not fashion boutiques. They're not fashion houses. They are fashion stores. So when people say, "Oh, if you have the capacity, if you have the money, please have a nice made-to-measure made, because what a made-to-measure gives you, an off the peg will never give you that shape, never will give you that fitting. The shoulders might be too wide, or the arms might be too long, or it might be too loose." So I would suggest, if you have the capacity, go for made to measure. There's nothing like made to measure. But if you think, I don't have the capacity and I want something new once a week, then there are plenty companies out there, plenty stores out there. It depends on your pocket. By all means, pick up whatever you want. And I have had bridal wear, brides. There's a company called Wed to Be, and all Wed to Be does, they might not like it if they hear me say it, they bring all the designer wedding styles into an affordable piece. Literally every style, every design done by the designer has been sold by Wed to Be within the affordability bracket, where a lot of brides can't afford a £5,000 dress, £4,000 dress. They've got dresses starting from £350, £400.
Yeah, I think that's the message is like don't put a pressure on yourself because
Absolutely
you want
not.
to.
No. And then you can have things altered. I have done a lot of that for people, where people have gone, brides have gone and bought a dress for £600, £700, and they've called me up and I've restructured it, done exactly what they wanted, and made it look like as if they have had it made to measure. There are so many seamstresses out there, but please, when you choose a seamstress for your bridal dress or anything, even for your dress, don't go for a cheaper option. And I'm not saying go for a very, very high option, but go with somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't go for 5 dresses at once. Get one dress at a time altered, but have it done in such a way that it looks as if it was always made to measure for you. There are many ways of enjoying fashion.
Yeah.
And rather than putting yourself down and saying, "Oh, I can't afford a Chanel, I'll have to save for 5 years, and I'd rather save up for a house than buy a £5,000 jacket." I totally get it. There are ways around it, I think.
Yeah.
We all do it. As designers also, we all do it.
Yeah.
You know, we all find ways around it.
So it's fashion all about creativity.
Absolutely. It's very much about creativity. It's everything. Fashion is not just one thing. Fashion is a mixture of all sorts, from creativity, from personality, from confidence, from affordability. It's a mixture of all.
And at the end, it's how the person wear it is what matters.
Absolutely. Some people just can't be bothered. They would be wearing a £1,000 jacket and makes it look like a £10 jacket because it just can't be asked.
Depending how, like to.
And respect what you have. You know, respect the garment. The garment will stay on forever. Just look after it. I look after my clothes like babies, literally.
Yes.
Literally like babies. And I say to my customers also, please look after it just like your baby. It will go on forever and ever and ever. Because if you spend £1,000 on a made-to-measure mother of the bride or an evening wear or a cruise wear, you want it to last you a lifetime.
Yeah.
just look after it. Have it dry cleaned in time. Don't just wear it and then hang it and then wear a second time and third time and then go for dry cleaning. And then because the fabric also, more you'll nurture it, more it'll give you back. Definitely.
Thank you so much for your advice.
You're very welcome. It's been quite fun.
It's been amazing listening to how you always have an empowering message behind it when you talk about fashion, about what's new, about trends. It's all, you always try to link it to women empowering and self-confidence. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me.
You've been an amazing guest.
Thank you. No, it's been absolutely fun. It's been absolutely
And
pleasure.
hopefully we will be doing another show.
Oh, we'll
closer
be doing
to
lots of
London
work
Fashion
soon.
Week.
Definitely, we'll be doing lots of work soon.
Thank you so much. Stay with me on ALB UK TV Beauty Matters, Lin Hussin.